Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. And tonight, we're gonna try a little Rakdos combo deck, all centered around Hidetsugu's second Rite. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people have already seen this sort of combo running around, and it is actually built on death to our enemies. So the way the death to our enemies work is that when we have cast when it comes into play, whenever we play a non-creature spell, we get a treasure counter or treasure token and put a plan counter. When we have 4 plan counter on death to our enemies, which means we cast 4 non-creature spells after death to our enemy is in play, we have to sacrifice it, and it will deal 7 damage to any 2 target, or 7 damage divided amongst exactly 2 targets. And that means that we get to choose how much damage is dealt, with one of those targets being our opponent's face. So if our opponent is at 7 life or 17 life or lower, we can bring them down to 10, where Hidetsugu's second Rite will immediately knock them out. So that's, of course, the idea of the combo. But there is a addition to this combo, which is Beseech the Mirror. Beseech the Mirror is a bargain spell that says search our library for a card, and if we bargain, which means we sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or a token, we can cast that card for free, CMC 4 or less. So, of course, we can Beseech into Hidetsugu and immediately deal 10 to our opponent. That is the idea, right? So that means that we will have 10, that means that we'll have 17 burst damage, potentially, if we get to combo off with this. But you might think, hey, death to our enemy is 4 non-creature spells. How are you going to get that consistently? Well, the great thing about Beseech is that it costs 4, and it search for 4. So what you can do is bargain one of the treasures from death to our enemy, and then search for another Beseech. Because you cast a Beseech, you'll get another treasure, which means that you can then sacrifice that treasure and cast a second Beseech. Over and over, you can cast all the Beseech from your graveyard, inevitably triggering the 4th plant counter on death to our enemy, and therefore being able to then search out Hidetsugu and deal that exact 10 damage. Now, this was, of course, already possible before the Hobbit was even released. That combo already existed. But what the Hobbit gave us is that extra 3 damage, because if you count it, this is only 17, right? That extra 3 damage that we need to make sure and meticulously count out is something that we can do now with good old Sackville-Bagginses. So, Sackville-Baggins, whenever it enters, we sack a creature or an artifact, and then draw a card and make a treasure. Then, every time we sack a token, opponent lose 1 life. So, we can sacrifice treasures to make our opponent lose life, and then these sacrifice death to our enemy can deal the remaining. It doesn't have to be 7. Anything less than 7 will work. So whatever our opponent's life total is at, as long as it's, within 20 something, that is a reasonable range, we can shotgun them down all the way to 0 with this crazy combo. This is an insane combo, and there's something that I notice a lot of people are not running that I also add to the deck that I think will help the deck. So let's talk about the whole deck list. So, of course, we are a combo deck. We have to have a lot of early game removal and a lot of early game interaction to make sure that we stay alive. So our turn 1, we have 3 Duress to help us do that. I also have 2 Burst Lightning. Of course, that also help us fit the last few damage that we might need. But Burst Lightning is also a good early game removal against things like Land War Elves and the like. Another card that we want to have turn 1 is the Greedy Freebooter. Greedy Freebooter is the perfect sacrificial outlet to the Sackville-Bagginses. So those are 1 mana play, but I have 1 more. That is Fear of Lost Teeth. I had a dream about losing my teeth, and I think that means something psychologically, but the Fear of Lost Teeth is a insanely good card in this deck. Not only because it's a perfect sack outlet to the Sackville-Bagginses, not only because it gets an additional damage that we might need to help bring our opponent down to 10 for our Hidetsugu second Rite, but also an enchantment that we can sacrifice to Beseech the Mirror. So that's why I really like the card in the deck. Obviously, I'm only running 2 off. I don't want this to be flooded in my hand. It doesn't do much other than being a sack outlet, but just having 2 off means that now we have 6 1-drops that we can actively play, which help us in our early game. That's 1/10 of the deck. Alright, so that is our 1-drop. Our 2-drop, of course, you have that 4 Sackvilles. That's a very important card in the deck to help us get the card draw going, damages going, and all of that. I also want to run 2 Soulstone. Soulstone is insanely good because it gives us a black mana and it helps us get to Beseech a lot faster because Beseech needs 3 black pips. Then I have 2 Strategic Betrayal in case our opponent's a graveyard deck. The Betrayal can kind of fight against that, and we can tutor that out with Beseech the Mirror. I have 2 Abrade if our opponent's doing the tablet decks. Abrade will be perfect for that. And I have 2 Lightning Strike to help us also get to the exact damage we may need. And this is also, of course, more removal in the early game, should we need that. You can always swap this out for Shoot the Sheriff or Bitter Triumph, but I like Lightning Strike because it can deal the damage that we might need. 3 mana is where it gets really important. Of course, 4 Death to our enemy, because that's the combo, but I actually had to cut out all of the tablet. You don't want to run tablet in your deck because you mill accidentally mill your Hidetsugu second Rite, and then your whole game plan is out, right? And then you don't want to run multiple Hidetsugu second Rite in your deck because these cards kind of do nothing unless your opponent's exactly at 10. So that's why I only run Death to our enemy as our 3-drop for the mana round. But I also have 2 Avengers Disassembled if our opponent's going wide. No, not anymore. And I have 3 Flick a Coin, which is very good at refueling us, giving us the treasure, getting to 4 mana for the Beseech, or giving us a treasure to sack to Beseech. And Flick a Coin is going to trigger the Death to our enemy very quickly. Right, so that is our 3-drop. And the 4-drop, we have 4 Beseech the Mirror, which kind of help us tutor any card out in the deck. 1 Hidetsugu second Rite, and 1 very important card that I always love, Ancient Vendetta. If our opponent's Jeskai Revelation, we take that out. If our opponent's Simulacrum Synthesizer, we take that out. We're going to take out the main card in their deck, and then they're going to hate their life. So, that is the whole idea of our deck. And I'm going to run 22 lands because I have 2 Soulstone, and I have a lot of treasures. So, 4 Swamps, 2 Mountains. We're going to have a lot of Swamps for the Beseech. 4 Blazemire Verge, 4 Blood Crypt, only 2 Dark Fortress, because these are going to be colorless lands, unless we have basic lands. 2 Fountainport, very good at sacrificing treasures, because we're going to have a lot of those for card draw. And 4 Multiversal Passage to fix our lands. So we need that, and that's the whole idea of Rakdos. Right, let's go into the game and see how well we will do. Alright, our opponent is Zarael, the Bargler. We go first. Some cards. Let's get a Greedy Freebooter. Better to be greedy. Green, huh? Am I using this mana? I'm right. The fear of lost teeth. Will attack. I mean, I don't think it matters if I attack first or attack afterward. Gonna block the freebooter? Dude, let's go. Thank you. I could not be happier with it. As for Origins. Okay. Yeah, that's what's up. Death of our enemies. Okay. Sackville-Bagginses. The card. Treasure. Get another Sackville. Damage should be. I mean, I get Lightning Strike and I'll get a Ice Tail. Okay. So he'll get the lands out this turn. See what he wants to do. King Life. And we're elf? That's fine. Oh, green deck. We're gonna fear the wrath. Face the wrath. 1 damage. Acquired. Each. Bargain. Another damage. Acquired. Again. Gotta make sure I don't mess this. That's 4. That 13, so I'll deal. Draws a card, but he's tapped out, so. That is 7. Go ahead and draw your card. Draw your last pathetic card, Yugi. Second right. Right to your face. Good game. Oh yeah, that was fun. Good game. Alright, our opponent is Eric Murr, the Mighty. Mighty Murr. Goes first. How's it going? Got some Fear of Lost Teeth here. He is turn 1, then we're off. Too bad. Actually answer the elf if we went second, but now we can't. So I don't know. Gotta trade. Draw card. You do if I attack, what happens? Not gonna block, right? I guess we take out that Landware Elf. Oh! That's surprising. He wants to have that Landware Elf. I mean, okay, so maybe I need more lands in this deck, because, a bit of a meme. Mana screwed how many games in a row now? This gotta be red. That's to our enemy to die next turn, like a. Yeah, I'd probably die next turn to like a big, right? Well, attack first. Three damage each creature. Don't think he can bring Tifa out of it. He might be able to, but like this is the only play I have. Gotta go wide. Yep, overprotect. It's fair. Just be mana screwed every game. Opponent's going first, doing his aggro nonsense. Backward. I don't think I have time. I had to do it, but he's got protection spell, right? Like I don't know if there was a way for me to. Honestly, don't think so. Double Earthbender's just like Earthbender lands are just a mistake. Also, he's I draw a land, and that doesn't hurt. So look at coin here. Deal 1. And double. If I do that, then they're gonna get so much on. Oh boy. You just Abrade and not do anything? Yeah, gotta go to 9. Then he plays a land, we go to less than 9. But hey, maybe, oh, actually, you know what? Maybe we're onto something. Never mind, we're good. So... Okay, not fully dead. Land? What can we do with this? It's gonna have to be... I don't think I can double Beseech, and I'm at 5, right? So, land here. If I flick a coin, I get an extra tap. I haven't played this land. If I flick a coin, I'll get an extra treasure. Then I can... back this. Get a treasure. Get to have another spell out. Can I bargain? Oh no. Get bugged out. Get another treasure. This pops off so I can kill both of these. Now that Earthbender's Ascension popped up, and I think I need another Death Sword. I can get a Sackville here. Death Sword enemies is how we win. But that is 2 Beseech already, so I don't have 2 more Beseech to... Yeah. Mossborn Hydra. Grizzly Bill. I need to activate it this turn. Oh. I gotta kill the Hydra and see what we hit with the... treasure. How do I win though? I don't really win this way, right? Okay, so I Beseech. I get 1, 2 spells. So if I can get 2 spells, it pushes the death to our enemies up a little bit, but not too. Greedy Freebooter won't do it. I guess we get the Avengers Disassembled. 3 damage. Probably should have done one more. Mossborn Hydra. Now we can kill that. I don't think he blocked. Did he block? Kinda have to kill that. Now back to just lands our top deck. Dude, our opponent just like creature after creature every turn. Alright, at least this is a good... Deal 1 damage. 5. Lightning Strike. Bring him to 10. And hope for the best. They just top that creatures every turn? Finally get through that? Alright, well. Look at coin. Yeah, I don't think we wait for a second, right? Freebooter. He's at 8. 3, 4, 5. Lost 1 Hydra. Gonna play a land. Let's play a land, so we gotta kill the Hydra and it's down. Just keep drawing cards. Like crazy. That's our enemies. It's not gonna be useful at all, I would say. Like he can't top deck lands. Only creatures. I can top deck land. No problem. Point play now. I mean, I have 4 Sackvilles in the deck, right? Yeah. 4 Sackvilles. That's a Tifa. That's a Tifa with trample. Plays a land. Doubles to 4. Oh, this is so much damage. I think I'm dead. 4 Sackvilles in the deck. No. My god. This deck. It is beyond me to play this deck. Back? Oh, he went into combat without playing a land. There's our Sackville, so that's game over. Got 4. Trying to protect Tifa. I have more than enough treasures. Good luck. Get a Duress. Kind of funny. Our hand. I want to know, even though I already have lethal. Like, at any point I can sack treasures for them. They're mana ability, so you can't really react to them. But double the lethal on the stack. Okay, I have 7. Overprotect, you got it. What's the other card? Royal Tree. Okay, so he didn't have a land. Oh no! My Duress. Work out. Wonder what I can do. Go to the color pie. GG. Haha, take that, mono green and your unlimited top deck good cards. Can't top deck a land? That's your fault. Okay, our opponent is no tie. No tie? No tie? Underscore no tie? We go first. Oh boy. Finally, we have the hand of our dream. And we're going first. Let's see if this is gonna pay off. Freebooter into Sackville. Pretty D's. Pretty D's. Blood Crypt, huh? We even have a Duress. I don't think I Duress him here, but... back first. Here's a pretty good card. Now he didn't play a fast Blood Crypt to Duress us. He does, right? Then our Death to our enemy plus Duress is so much power. Man, I'm already salivating at how good this hand is. Obviously, we have no other cards, but I don't think we need any. I think we just win. We win on the turn after. the death to our enemies and a multiple Beseech. The only, I mean, not the only way, but there's several ways. But one of the ways that we could not win is if we draw our Hidetsugu in the next, after this Duress. Our opponent's not very happy with our turn 1, turn 2 play. Like, you see how when you have such a good hand that your opponent, like, in the games where we finally have a good hand and get to go first, we don't actually get to play the game because we get one of those opponents just ropes. So, yeah. Secret Foundry was going to burn off Sackville. I guess that would be very uber rude. Couldn't Duress that. Let's turn one of these into Tap Treasure. What do you have? A lot of cool Baru. If he wants to be very cool but very rude, I guess practice offense. I don't want him to erode my. I could take out 2 of them. The life thing. He didn't discard his practice offense. He also didn't discard a card for the Art and Academic. And he's tapped out, so... The 13th? What do you know? I mean... Let's get out another PC. Well, right? Get out another PC. Oh, GG. Ah, good game. I think he sees it coming. I didn't even need the Hidetsugu. This is 7, and if it was 7, 6 here, and I just deal like a little bit, it's already lethal. Alright, our opponent is G turns. G on turn. Go first. I mean, I got a Greedy Freebooter. And nothing else. Draw in. But you gotta play with the hand you're dealt. You can't mulligan every time. Invent. I don't think I shocked myself. Although it's kind of risky. Pretty sure a tablet's coming soon. The Abrades will help. Oh boy. But he's not playing anything. So I'm not gonna death our enemies here because that's kind of our only. Yeah, I can't afford it. The Vendetta is gonna be very useful. Wrong, but probably a no more lies turn, right? Consult for 2? Okay. I mean, if he consults for a card, I'm not too upset about it because it's really not good. If he plays tablet here, I'll be very happy. I don't think he will. He does. Okay. Draw 2, discard 2. Play another spell. That's why Abrades are in the deck. Probably not happy about this, are you? I had 2 mana up. I held up something. Ancient Vendetta. This is a Vendetta turn to hit, but I'm sure he'll want to play something. We'll get our Vendetta turn. Like, yeah, this is definitely Jeskai Revelation, but... Where is his exile zone? What the heck? How did... I don't know how that got his hand. Oh, he milled the old time explosion. Okay, you know what? Either way. I'm gonna try to hit Jeskai Revelation, but this could be the 4-color control with other things. There's 4 Revelations. How do you win now? Alright, so he's got 2 No More Lies, Fire Magic, Flashback, and Deity. What else can he use? Probably those Grey Hall. Good luck. I could use a Fountainport. Now, if he turns a Grey Hall into a creature, we can just... If I played a Beseech, I'm gonna attack. I might need 2 cards to kill the Grey Hall, but it's still worth it. Quarry Mountain, honestly. It's an Abrade. Doesn't do anything for us. Tablet. You have another Abrade. Flashback, the inevitable. Wanted to feed our... That's a choice. I mean, you need to do it, right? You're gonna lose your inevitable defeat with your flashback. You got it. I'll take that Scry and a treasure. The heck? A lightning strike. Seems like an Abrade. And if he wants no more lives, I can pay. That wasn't a very good play, opponent. I'll use up a treasure to trade with your tablet. The Fountainport, probably? A good land. If he returns a Grey Hall, I can just start using. I mean, I can trade. Turn the Grey Hall. One, two, 5. Plus 4. This is gonna be a 2/4. Does not. don't get lands, but I'll get treasures. So plus minus 0 on either side. This is going to be a long game because our opponent doesn't have Revelation. Doesn't really have much in terms of what the deck can do. Okay. 2-4. Go for broke. Attacks. Do I even block? Treasure token. Very much. I can't put the death to our enemies out here right now, because if I put out the Soul Stone here, he could no more eaiser. If I don't, if he doesn't no more eaiser, I use the Soul Stone, 1 mana to Betrayal. I can pay for the no more. I could have just no more, but it's either here or there. One thing you can do, you can no more eaiser and I'll just pay. What really else happened? He didn't no more eaiser because he wants to keep his 1 counters. Now he has no pressure. And the Fountainport is fish pressure. Fish pressure is more than no pressure. Oh, he's got another one. That's a card. I could Beseech. If I need to, I could Beseech. No more lies here. We even pay. Do I pay for this? What can I take out of his hand if I pay for it? Nothing, right? He's got 1 card left. I'll decline. I can kick the Burst Lightning if he wants to turn the Great Hall into creep. I'll just keep making treasures. I can still kick the Burst Lightning. I mean, if he just does a Quarry Mountain, I don't really care because he's run out of. We have a no more lies still. Guess that's the 1 card he could have. Not had it. How many Duress did I? Where are my Duress? Use 1 Duress. Gotta consult. Okay. We win next turn. Oh! Oh boy. Our opponent gonna regret doing that. Now, how many Beseech have I used? 1. I used 1 Beseech, so you get 3 Beseech from this. I'm gonna have to deal damage to myself just. Yes. 1 and 6 to myself. And 10 to you. Good game. G turns. Yeah, I mean, it was a drawn out game, but after Revelations are extirpated, I don't think you stand a chance. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw all those second Rite games, how does this deck feel? I gotta say, this is one of the combo decks I really love. It is just quick enough that we can answer on a turn 4 win. And this is also a deck that a lot of people don't see coming because they think of Death to our enemy as just, it's going to deal 7 damage and it's going to cut our life down to half. They're going to see that we have Sackville-Bagginses and they're going to immediately think that our win con is sack a lot of treasures and try to get through that damage. And they're going to do their little mental math and believe that they're safe. But as we Beseech the Mirror over and over and the Hidetsugu hits, as immediately 10 and our opponent is dead. This deck is very math intensive though, so be very careful if you're not good at math, because Sackville is an extra life loss. The Death to our enemy is going to have to make a treasure. When you on to Beseech the Mirror, you will have to, or if you bargain, you will have to sack a treasure. So it will trigger the Sackville. So there are cases where if you're not careful, you're going to put your opponent at 9, and Hidetsugu is not going to activate. So you have to make sure that you have the, not full control, but at least the order of the resolution of spells and stack on, so that you're choosing the proper resolution of your stack. That is crucial with this deck, but as long as you can do very basic math and count to 20, or in this deck, count to 10, right? If you can count from 20 to 10, you're going to have a fun time with this deck, because all of a sudden, your opponent's life is already half as soon as the game starts, because you only need to deal 10 damage for the second Rite to finish them off. And that is really fun with this deck. And that's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.